Bob Rehill. I'm the founder and CEO of Cintriq, which is a consulting organization based out of London in the UK, but supporting organizations globally. Recognized as Workday, Oracle, SAP, Ceridian sort of partners. We've got advisory partner status with Workday, with SAP, with Ceridian, and people like that. So we've got about 60 vendor relationships where we work with tech vendors all around the world. But what we're focused on is helping organizations and clients, from choosing the right HR software or payroll software vendor, helping them through the process of acquiring RFPs, acquisition, commercial conversations, and then supporting them with implementation. So we're not an implementation partner. We're not one of those that go in and do the configuration. We leave those to the professionals, but we work closely with our client, with our vendor community, and our implementation partner to make sure clients' implementations go successfully. And we've got some great brands globally. People like Swarovski Group globally, 42 countries. Doing some work out in Germany at the moment. We're doing some work out in Canada. Some work in South Korea. So that's the sort of client base that we're supporting. And that's our main forte as well. But as a complement to that, in 2019, actually, I created HRTech247.com, which is an online platform which primarily is there to showcase the HR software market. And it's about bringing accessible information to the fingertips for everyone, right? And it's non-restricted. You don't have to register. You don't have to sign in. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to put your contact details in. You don't have to put your email addresses. You're not going to be hounded, but you have access to information from Workday, from Oracle, from SAP, from Ceridian, from these payroll vendors. So if you're a client potentially just browsing the market and looking at what's available in certain markets, go to HRTech247.com. Browse the floors. It feels like you're going into a virtual conference, but it doesn't capture your data. Have a look and browse, and then connect with the vendors that you want. But it's also got some other great features. There's some great webinars there where we talk to some of the vendors, talk about some of the problems they've got today, some of the business problems they're seeing, and what organizations are doing about that. There are some blogs on there. There's even events that are coming up from those vendors or other people in the community. We share that. So it's a great little site for both the end users, the customers, but also other consultancies are using it to browse and showcase to their clients as well. So it's open for everyone. And this year, hopefully, our relationship with you, Ward, will help to broaden the reach of that, because it really is about getting as many of the software vendors that are out there in the market showcasing what they do. It's a not-for-profit initiative, by the way. The HR Tech platform is relatively cheap, and we've got a very special discount with you, with joint venture with you, Ward, at the moment. Yeah. But it's relatively cheap, and it's just about showcasing and giving clients access to info,
which is great. And I'm thrilled that we we'll just say internally announced our partnership together, and there'll be a press release going out, if not this week, next week at the latest, for October, to announce the annual package. Basically, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Where for the same price, if they just bought a full membership with HR Tech Alliances, they'll get HR Tech 24/7 and all that ungated visibility, which is very rare and commendable. And then to throw a nonprofit on top of that is amazing. So it's definitely a good group to be a part of. We'll try to make it painless and easy to make it a no-brainer, right? That they need to be there. And for the buyer's sake, it's can learn without having to talk to salespeople that maybe don't care what their needs are, right? Or don't ask.
Exactly. Yeah.
In this case, they can figure it out, but it sounds also like with the Cintriq side, you if a practitioner or a customer is trying to figure out what their HR tech stack should look like, that's when they'd engage, Cintriq, right, to figure that out.
Exactly. So there's obviously complementary status between both organizations, right? The HR Tech 24/7 is about showcasing HR technology, but Cintriq is about advising and guiding clients. And again, you're absolutely right, Ward. It's about helping clients or partnering. We call it partnering. We don't like the word consulting as much because, I think consulting's got its, annotations that are sort of a load of people coming in charging big money and what have you. But we just work with clients and say, what are you trying to achieve? What's the end game here? What's the business outcomes you're after, not just the technology, and help them understand that actually the technology is only part of this, but we can help them with the whole visioning, mapping out where they're going, helping them get some of the best deals with the technology partners, and then helping them to acquire that and then get on with the implementation. So yeah, we were glad we've been doing it for sort of nearly 15, 20 years now, Lord, and very, a lovely client list globally that we've got and love what we do. So
Yeah, it's brilliant. So if you're an HR tech vendor, how could they work with Cintriq, or they're just hoping they get invited to the party or the dance when you're doing an evaluation? What can they do to engage you now?
well, part of it is, we're always talking to vendors. And like I said, we've got 70 or 80, or maybe 70 sort of relationships that are sort of more formal, sort of an NDA in place and agreements in place where we can talk openly about where they're going, what they're doing, some of the clients that they're working with, because obviously we're engaging with HR directors, CPOs, CFOs, CIOs all the time. And so just being on the radar with organizations like ourselves, but others as well, right? There are other consultancies out there, but and just helping us get visibility of where they're going, what their target market is, just means when we're talking to our clients, we can keep them at the front of mind. And then if we complement that with HR tech and they're on the platform, when we're with clients, we're using HR tech 24/7. When a client's talking to us and saying we're thinking about a new software vendor or a new payroll vendor or new benefits platform, we can go to the site, we can talk about the vendors in the marketplace and show them some demos, some videos, some information. Say, well, shall we get them involved and should we connect with them? So there's there's benefits both ways, and it, like I said, it complements what we do. And likewise, we're open to building relationships with as many software vendors out there as possible, from startup through to those like the Oracles, the SAPs, the Microsoft Dynamics, and Workday, for example. But equally, want to be talking to startups that are looking to get into some space.
So the point solutions, you're able to help your clients sort that out and figure out, do you need a point solution if the larger platforms don't have what they
Absolutely.
need? And then if they want to customize it, then do you have partners that do that as well, like the SIs or?
Yeah, so we have relationships with most of the SIs, and we're always talking with the SIs. So we would just work with all of those. We've got IBM, PwC, KPMG, Deloitte. They're all people that we would work with and talk to. I notice a question coming up there actually. There.
Well, go ahead, take a swing.
What was what was the question there? Best
Best
way to
way to
schedule
schedule a briefing, yeah, for one of our clients who are the vendors. Briefing. Oh, so the vendor wants to brief you.
Yeah.
What's the best way to schedule that?
Oh yeah, just reach out to me directly, bob@cintriq.com. Let's get a conversation going. And happy to, and Cintriq is Cintriq. So bob@cintriq.com. Reach out to me directly. I'm on the members database as well. So that's another way to connect with me. And let's have a chat. I'm open to lots of conversations with vendors and with partners. So let's open the channel. Thank you, Marilyn.
Yeah, terrific. And yeah, there's just so much to keep track of out there and to know what's going to work, and it changes. But the nice part is as you go through evaluations, you'll get that relationship, you'll get to hear, were the right selections made? Hopefully they were, right?
Exactly.
And, keep the industry honest on their promises, hopefully. And part of what we're trying to do too.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the same boat, at least they want to get in the boat, and then they need to grab an oar and start rowing, right?
Exactly. And we do a lot of work. I do a lot of work personally with some of the sort of conferences and events as well. So making sure that we're bringing that insight to those. So HR Technologies is an example in the UK. There's one in Paris coming up as well next year, an award. I know you're involved with that somewhat as well.
Yeah.
But we'll continue to do that. The Festival of Work in the UK, like I said, Paris. I mean, I was hoping to be out in the States this week. There's a number of events going on. There's Workday Rising going on, as we know. Ceridian Insights has just happened as well, which didn't get out to the States, but I'll be doing the Workday Rising in Barcelona, and just making sure we're working there. So we spend a lot of time out in the industry and with the partners as well. So hopefully
That's great.
That gives us the ammunition to support. Conscious of timing, and I know that was only a 15-minute window.
It goes fast, doesn't it? Right? I know it's good. Yeah, we do have another session coming up here. If I don't know if you have any closing statements before we switch gears.
Well, for me, it's all about connections, Ward, and I, you can never have enough connections. So, Marilyn, look forward to connecting with you, and for anyone else that's either in the HR tech space or partner space, let's just have a conversation, and who knows what that might bring, right? Let's just keep connected.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you so much again, Bob, and appreciate being a member, and thank you for that. And
I've lost my coffee shop. Where's the
you
coffee
lost
shop
the
gone?
coffee shop. I know, right? It's we're going to a different place next, so stay tuned for that.
If it's okay with you, Ward, I'm going to drop off and leave you to it, because I've got another appointment to get to, because it's the end of the day here, as you know.
Oh yes, my goodness. Yes. Well, enjoy, and thank you again.
Lovely to see you all. Take care.